Foster Brooks was a staple on both the Dean Martin Show and those hilarious celebrity roasts. He left us in 2001 at the age of 89. But tonight, Foster's in the house. Recently, it was National Beer Week. Sunday was National Margarita Day. He's been busy touring all those events. He and his straight girl, Shirl, were able to take time to be with us tonight. So again, I'd like you to welcome Foster Brooks and his great girl, Shirl.
Hello, Foster.
Hey, Shirl, how's it going there? Hey, Shirl, do you believe in the hereafter?
Do I believe in the hereafter? Indeed, I do.
Well, then you know what I'm hereafter.
What's that? What are you hereafter?
I'm hereafter a shot at Jack Daniels. You know, Jack Daniels gets better with age. The older I get, the better it tastes.
Now, Foster, I heard that you might have a little alcohol problem.
Absolutely. I don't have any. You know, and I just stopped in for a little drink. So my nurse before I go to work.
Well, what kind of work are you doing?
I'm an airline pilot.
I thought you were a bus driver.
Well, I was, but I had to quit.
How come?
Too many drunks on the road.
Well, now that you're a pilot, have you had any close calls?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Especially since they moved the men's room to the back of the plane.
What else is going on, Foster?
Oh, I got to tell you a story about a blind cowboy friend of mine. He accidentally walked into an all-girl biker bar and ordered a shot of Jack Daniels.
An all-girl biker bar.
Yeah, and then after a bit he said, "Hey, bartender, you want to hear a blonde joke?" And the whole place went absolutely silent. And the woman on his right says, "Cowboy, I think there's 3 things you ought to know before you tell that joke. First of all, I'm a blonde and I have a black belt in karate. And second, the bartender's blonde, she's got a baseball bat. And the woman on your left is blonde and she's a professional wrestler." Now think about it for a minute, cowboy. You sure you want to tell that joke? And my friend thought about it for a second. He said, "Nope, not if I've got to explain it 3 times."
I'm giving him the look. So, Foster, have you been to the doctor lately?
Oh yeah, the doctor said I should be walking more.
Oh, that's good exercise.
I told him I'm happy to be walking anywhere in the condition that I'm in. You know, if you can't afford a doctor, you can go to the airport and get a free X-ray. And if you mention Al Qaeda, you get a free colonoscopy.
Are you doing any other exercises?
Well, you know, I did a push-up today. Well, actually, I fell down. But I had to use my arms to get up, so I figured close enough.
So how are you and your wife getting along? We always like to hear about that.
Yeah, I know. Not as well as we should be. We were driving out on a country road last week, and we passed this barnyard full of goats and pigs, and she looks over at me and says sarcastically, "Are those relatives of yours?" And I looked back at her and I said, "Yeah, they're my in-laws."
That was a good one, Foster.
Yeah, but anyways, ever since then we've been giving each other the silent treatment. And I needed my wife to wake me up for an early morning business flight, so I didn't want to break the silence, so I wrote her a note, said, "Please wake me at 5 a.m." So anyway, the next morning I woke up, it was 9 o'clock, and I had missed my plane. So I was a little upset, so I went to look for it. I see the note on the pillow. It says, "Wake up, it's 5 a.m."
You know, men are just not equipped for those kind of contests.
You got that right.
So did you take a vacation, you and your wife? That might help. Did you take a vacation?
Yeah, we were in Minnesota last summer, and one Sunday we attended an interdenominational.
Interdenominational.
That's what I said. Well, anyway, after the vocally challenged and special needs choir sang, then the pastor decided to have some of the children stand up in an article of the represented their faith. So first a little Catholic girl comes up, and she had a set of rosary beads, and then a little Jewish boy came up and he had a Star of David. And finally a little Lutheran girl came up, and do you know what she had?
What did she show?
A casserole. Yeah.
So did you get to see your in-laws while you were there?
Yeah. And my brother-in-law and his wife, they were out for a drive up near Duluth, and he reached over and put his hand on her leg, and she was feeling a little amorous, so she said, "You can go a little farther." And so he drove to Phoenix.
I suppose that was your dumb brother.
Yeah, this brother-in-law is a real redneck, you know. He thinks, in medical terms, he thinks that an outpatient is one that's keeled over and fainted. And he thinks that a bacteria is the rear entrance to the hospital cafeteria.
Anything else you want to share with us tonight, Foster?
Oh, yeah. And I don't repeat gossip, so I'm only going to say this once. Okay. The other night, my friend Don was just getting into the shower, and his wife Verna was getting out, and the doorbell rang. And so Verna wrapped a towel around herself, and she went down. She answered the door, and it was the next door neighbor, Bob. And Bob looks at her and says, "I'll give you $800 if you drop that towel."
Ooh.
And so she thought about it and dropped the towel. So Bob looked at her for a second and gave her the $800, and he left. So Verna picked up the towel, wrapped herself back up, went back into the bathroom, and Don said, who was at the door?" And she said, "Well, it was Bob, the next door neighbor." Oh, and Don says, "That's great. Did he say anything about the $800 he owes me?" Oh, I gotta go because I'm flying a 747 I'm flying a 747 to London tonight, and it's scheduled to leave in about an hour and 45 minutes ago.
Excellent.